Not exactly a good first impression for Max Domi, although he did look like a Domi. Montreal's big offseason acquisition has been suspended for the remainder of the preseason.
You said a Domi, right?
A Domi, yes.
Right, okay.
5 games for blooding up the face of Aaron Ekblad, who's bigger and did not want to fight last night. Ekblad left the game, but did pass the league's concussion protocol, reportedly. Once in a while, Timmy, we get these things in the preseason. Something happens that's panel fodder, so to speak. Did the NHL get that one?
It is panel fodder.
It is
right?
panel fodder.
Why is it panel fodder?
Paul Barabia of Sportsnet threw that on Twitter. That was a great way to describe it. Panel fodder. So with this panel fodder in front of us, let's dive in and feast.
How many games is he going to get? Well, now we know.
5.
We got 5 games.
Hold on. Did the league get it right?
Oh, here we go.
That's the question.
Here's the answer to that question quickly. I think the last one that I saw like this was Nick Ritchie. He got 2 games within the regular season. So you project that over a preseason, 5 games. I'm okay with it. He doesn't really lose any money. And if I'm not mistaken, he can still practice, right?
Yes.
Because it's preseason games, you don't get paid for the preseason, so you don't lose any money.
Correct.
And you can practice with the team. But to me, this was kind of the unfortunate cheap shot. Like, I don't think Domi thought that Ekblad would look away at the very time that he was going to throw a punch. But, like, dropping your gloves and throwing a punch at one of the best players in the game who has a history of concussions and didn't want to fight you, piss off, right?
Yeah.
Like, we can all just say, like, I don't care that you probably didn't mean to square him in the nose without him looking. You did square him in the nose without him looking. And the reason why he didn't want to fight you is that he has a history of concussions, and he's a really good player, so he doesn't have to fight you.
He's arguably their most important player.
Right.
I mean,
Does Domi know all this when he throws the punch? That he has a concussion history? I don't know.
Probably not.
Like, we can't bubble wrap all of these guys. The refs could have blown a whistle and taken Domi off earlier than they did. I know that this isn't tough enough for hockey people, but that's probably the right suspension for what was a stupid play by Max Domi. More importantly, because of where he is on this Habs line. Like, he was the #1 center to start this game, working between 2 new guys, trying to get some chemistry with Drouin Armia, and now that's gone. Like, they've blown that up because he threw a punch at a guy's face.
I'm glad you did bring that up because, I mean, there's 2 things that immediately come to mind. One, if I were any player in the regular season with any level of job security in the NHL, I would punch anyone I could to get suspended for the rest of the preseason. I do not want to play in the preseason.
Okay.
You don't get paid for the preseason.
Not even when you're trying to build chemistry?
Well, hold on. In this case, however,
okay,
let's talk about that. There is arguably not a more important thing for the Montreal Canadiens this preseason, before it started, than can Max Domi and Jonathan Drouin have any level of chemistry, considering Domi isn't a natural center in the NHL, although he took a lot of faceoffs for Arizona a season ago. Right. He is not what you would consider a top-line center. That's what you're asking him to be. On the surface, social media looked at 5 games in the preseason and said, what's that going to do? What's that going to do? They can't get any live reps.
Yeah.
Don't tell me practice. We're talking about practice. Don't tell me practice with Drouin and Domi is going to work.
Social media was not happy with the 5-game suspension.
That's the impression I got. You guys have lost your mind. This is a massive, massive hit to the Montreal Canadiens. Are you to have their #1 center not play? Have you seen their schedule the first 6 games, Tim? 2 against the Leafs. Yes or no? Do they have centers?
Yeah, they got centers.
They have a few centers.
Yeah.
So that's going to be an issue. So the first 6 games for the Habs regular season, 2 against the Leafs, 2 against Pittsburgh.
Okay.
Who are their centers?
Yeah, they got a
Who
few
are their
centers. Yeah.
They got a game against the Kings. Who are their centers? They got that Jeff Carter and AJ Kopitar guy, who I hear are good. And you have the Ottawa Senators.
Who are their senators? No, I mean, really, who are their senators?
Matt Duchene and guys. But I'm saying, for your #1 guy to have no live reps, don't tell me this doesn't hurt the Habs this preseason. That is not true. That is a fallacy. I know on the surface you look at 5 preseason games and you go, the Habs take a hit here. I don't care, and I don't care how you divvy it up.
Look at this.
That is ridiculous. Like, Kotkaniemi's your best guy. Is he not your best guy in that? That's crazy. I think the Habs got a real hit on this. And to suggest otherwise, I think, is rather foolish. Absolutely.
Yeah, I think it's really important that he try and build some sort of chemistry with those guys. And I think a lot of people in Montreal know how important it was that he build chemistry with those guys. You gave me the symbol for you wanted a little bit more on this. If you ever see Sid do this, he says it means he wants a little bit more on this. Can I talk about Ekblad? Because I want to go there with this, or do you need more on Montreal?
By the way,
and
my
Max
wife
Domi?
hates it when I do this. Second,
Yeah.
I would just need a little more time.
I heard why.
So Domi sucker punching a guy is not something we've never seen before in a National Hockey League game, right?
No.
Like a Domi punching a guy
No, but
unsuspectingly.
Those are completely different circumstances.
This is part of the reason I wanted to bring it up, because the first place I went to, and I don't know if we have a guys roll at any time, was Ulf Samuelsson Domi, because you saw it everywhere last night. But Tim made a point earlier today in the meeting, which I think bears repeating. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, they're completely different circumstances. Like, if people were throwing, this isn't the first time a Domi has sucker punched somebody. Like, Domi sucker punched the guy who suckered everyone every game in Ulf Samuelsson, and Ty, when he did it, got thank you notes from across the league and basically had his fine and suspension paid for by guys who were appreciative, not the least of which Cam Neely was appreciative of what he did to Ulf Samuelsson.
Now, to watch, I know the context is different, but sometimes watching a Domi do that is part of the nature of things. With that said, Nick Suzuki has a real opportunity here for the Montreal Canadiens, who is kind of related to David Suzuki, by the way. Fact.
You were just going.
I just wanted the Nick Suzuki line. Sorry. That's on me. I went that whole way just to give a nature of things Nick Suzuki line.
The difference for me is Ulf Samuelsson, you could argue, and I don't even know if you could ever argue someone deserves what Ulf Samuelsson got.
No, he deserves
and yet I think Ulf Samuelsson may have deserved what he got. However, Ekblad wanted no part of this.
Zero.
And if you think about it now, they said that he passed concussion protocol. They said that he was put into concussion protocol and that he passed concussion protocol. But if you really think about his history, that could have been the third time that he was concussed by a suspendable offense. If you go back in his career, Matt Hendricks, this is Gabriel Dumont hitting him from behind. He was suspended 2 games for that. Matt Hendricks also did Ekblad dirty, and he got 3 games for this. So the NHL can talk about player safety and how player safety is of the utmost importance to the NHL. I get it. It's the utmost importance. There's your 5-game suspension. Like, I don't know what you do, because I don't know how you stop what Domi did, but it is kind of ridiculous that a guy as talented as Ekblad is in spots like this repeatedly.
Yeah.
And people are going to blame him, which they did yesterday. He's got to be ready for that. He's got to be ready for the sucker punch in a preseason game against the guy he doesn't want to fight.
Against the Habs, #1 center looking to earn a spot. Right. No, you don't expect that in that moment. I'm sorry.
I don't know why you need to expect that.
No, I agree with you.